Hello guys, this is the part 1 MCQs of this chapter, and the next video there are assertion based questions which are very important for the exam point of view with the new pattern, and so make sure you watch that video. Until then, stay tuned. And if you find this video productive, please like, share and subscribe this video among your friends. So now we will be starting the objective questions of this chapter. Now the first question is, which one of the following process involves chemical reactions? Okay, so here with the options are storing of oxygen gas under pressure in a gas cylinder, liquefaction of air, keeping petrol in a china dish in the open, heating copper wire in the presence of air at high temperature. So a chemical reaction is a change in which one or more substance or reactants react to form new substances with entirely different properties. Okay, and this is the definition of chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? So according to this, we'll find out what is which one of the following processes chemical reaction, and the D option is the correct option. As you can see here, I've already put mark here, D option. So the reason is heating of copper wire in presence of air. Okay, when copper right here the formula for it, when copper, that is 2Cu, okay, when reacts with oxygen, okay, when copper reacts with oxygen, that is plus O2, okay, then it forms 2CuO, that is copper oxide. Okay, so according to the definition of chemical reactions, a new substance, that is copper oxide, has been formed here, and the initial substances were copper and oxygen. So option D is the correct answer, as here a new substance is formed. Okay, so next question number 2, the number of atoms of each element is conserved in any chemical reaction. Okay, so it is true or false? So it is true, obviously, because according to law of conservation of mass, the mass of reactants must be equal to the mass of products, and in other words, the number of atoms of each element is same before and after the chemical reaction. Now we'll move on to the third question. So for this, answer will be second one, true. Now third question, complete the missing variables given as x and y in the following reaction. Okay, then you have to complete this. PbNO2 twice in aqueous solution, it's 2Ki, forms 2 PbIO2x and plus KNO3 here y's. Okay, it's very simple. This solid and aqueous you have to judge from here. Okay, whether it is solid or aqueous, and it is solid, it will be solid and aqueous because this lead is formed, lead oxide, so it is solid. Here it will be written solid. Okay, X is solid, and Y it will be aqueous because KNO3 solution it is. Okay, so it was aqueous. So it was a simple question, and this year multiple choice questions will be coming for exam pattern has changed this year, so be careful and study more and more multiple choice questions. And in my channel, for every chapter I have given you multiple choice questions, so please refer to my channel. Almost every chapter I am giving. Okay, so we'll move on to the fourth question. Identify X and Y in the following reaction. Okay, Cu plus XHNO3, the likewise it is like previous question only. You just have to balance the equation here. Okay, so the answer will be A, that is this will be 4, X will be 4 and Y will be 2. Okay, I'll tell you how. If 4 is kept here, okay, let us erase this. Let me explain you. If 4 is kept here, like 4HNO3, and then here CuNO3 twice, then here 2NO2. Okay, here 2 will be kept in place of Y. Okay, fine. Then you will see the reaction is balanced. Okay, see here 4HNO3, here also 2N, and then 2H2O it over 4HNO3. Okay, 2 into 2 4, 4NO2,
Here also Cu. Fine. This is a balanced chemical equation. Okay. Now we'll move to the next question, fifth question. The following reaction is an example of CaO, calcium oxide, which is a solid. Okay, this you have to keep in mind, and plus H2O, which is a liquid. It forms CaOH twice, which is an aqueous solution. Okay. Example, so which example is this reaction? You have to find this: displacement reaction, combination reaction, decomposition, or exothermic reaction. So the answer will be second and fourth, that is option C. So it is a combination reaction and exothermic together to form a single product, that is calcium hydroxide. Okay, and produces heat during the reaction, and heat is also produced during this reaction. That is why this is a combination reaction and exothermic reaction at the same time. Okay, because the definition of combination reaction is when two reactants A plus B, okay, when two reactants A plus B, it forms C, then it is a combination reaction. And in exothermic, the quality of exothermic reaction is heat should be evolved. This question number 6. Ferrous sulfate crystals lose water when heated. How many molecules of water are lost? Okay, so when blue crystals of ferrous sulfate, then that is FeSO4 into 7H2O. What is the formula? FeSO4 into 7H2O. Okay, this is the formula. And when ferrous sulfate is heated, you will write the reaction. Wait, I'll write the reaction for you. When FeSO4, that is FeSO4, that is the formula of copper sulfate, okay, which is ferrous sulfate crystals, okay, into 7H2O is heated. Okay, this is the sign of heat. Is heated, it forms anhydrous ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4. It is anhydrous, it will form anhydrous ferrous sulfate plus 7H2O. Okay, you will balance the reaction, this equation, then you will come to know that it will be 7H2O. And here it is written as 7H2O, so it will be 7H2O. Okay, main thing is it forms FeSO4, that is anhydrous ferrous sulfate. Okay, so how many crystals of water are lost? 7 crystals of water are lost, right? So the answer will be 7, because here 7 crystal, this crystal is lost here. Okay, I hope it is very clear for you all. Now next question: heating of heating of limestone produces quicklime, slaked lime, lime water, or caustic soda. So answer will be quicklime. Okay, because when limestone, which is also called calcium carbonate, is heated, then it decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, calcium oxide is also known as quicklime.
Now we'll start 8th question. Carbon dioxide gas burns with a pop sound when burning candle is brought near it. It's true, false, can't say, or partially true. So it is false. The answer will be B, option B, because the carbon dioxide gas which is evolved in the reaction can be detected by lime water test, and the burning candle test is used for the detection of hydrogen gas, and so the given statement is false. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. 9th question: the formation of quicklime and carbon dioxide from calcium carbonate is an example of photochemical decomposition reaction, thermal decomposition reaction, oxidation reaction, or displacement reaction. So it will be B1. It's thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, and given reaction is a type of thermal decomposition reaction because heat is required for it. The breakdown of a reactant, that is calcium carbonate, decomposes into quicklime and carbon dioxide, okay, in the presence of heat only, and that is why this is a thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, fine. Now we'll move on to the next question, 10th one. Electrolysis
of water is a decomposition reaction. The mole ratio of hydrogen and oxygen gases liberated during electrolysis of water is 2:1. Okay. When you will do this reaction, you will understand that this will be 2:1. I'll show you. So when 2H2O which is a liquid, when get decomposed in the presence of heat, it forms 2H2, which is a gas, plus O2, which is an oxygen, which is a gas. Okay, so it is a 2:1. Therefore the answer will be 2:1. Okay, so now we will move on to the next question. Question number 11th. Which of the following can be decomposed? Which of the following can be decomposed by the action of sunlight? So the answer will be AgBr, that is silver bromide. Okay, silver bromide gets decomposed when exposed to light and forms silver metal, and bromine gas is evolved. So the reaction is 2AgBr in the presence of sunlight, it forms 2Ag plus Br2, okay, which is a gas. It is evolved. This is the reaction. Now we'll move on to the next question. What will happen when silver chloride is placed in sunlight for some times? So when silver chloride changes, white silver chloride changes into gray colored compound, decomposition takes place, both A and B takes place, or nothing will happen. So the answer will be C, both A and B. Okay, and the reason will be when silver chloride, that is AgCl, is placed in sunlight for some time, then silver chloride changes into gray colored silver metal and chlorine gas. And so the formula for this reaction will be 2AgCl, which is a solid. Okay, it forms 2Ag plus Cl2, which is chlorine gas. Okay, now next question number 13th. The heating of lead nitrate produces brown fumes of X gas. Identify X from the following. So how you will identify this depends. You have to write a reaction. Okay, so I'll help you with that. So the reaction will be when lead nitrate is heated. Okay, so the formula for lead nitrate is the reaction will be lead nitrate, that is 2Pb NO3 twice is heated. It forms 2PbO. Okay, 2PbO, which is lead monoxide, plus it is a solid, then 4NO2, okay, which is nitrogen dioxide. It has brown fumes. Okay, this will produce brown fumes, and plus O2, which is an oxygen. Okay, so the answer will be nitrogen dioxide. So the question is, the carbonate of metal lead is a white solid. It decomposes when heated to form carbon dioxide and a yellow solid oxide X. What is X? So X is lead oxide. Okay, X is lead oxide. Then when the white solid lead carbonate is heated and decomposes into yellow colored lead oxide and carbon dioxide, so X is lead oxide. Okay. Next question, 15th one. Which of the following is exothermic reaction? Dissolution of sodium hydroxide in water, evaporation of water, sublimation of silver chloride, dissolution of salt in water. So the answer will be A1. Okay, because exothermic reactions are those in which energy is released in the form of heat. Okay, and the dissolution of sodium hydroxide in water produces heat and makes a beaker warm in which dissolution takes place. Okay, now I will move on to the next question. Question number 16th. Identify the endothermic process from the following. H2 H2O, which is a liquid, forms into gas. Okay, these all are the reactions. CO plus H2O, then combustion of methane, addition of concentrated hydrochloric acid to water. Okay, so answer will be A. Okay, because endothermic reactions are those in which the reactants absorb heat, okay, from the surrounding for the formation of products, and water in liquid form can be converted into gaseous form by only heating, and therefore heat energy is required to form vapors of water, and therefore A is the right answer. Now question number 17th. When zinc granules are reacted with dilute sulfuric acid, then which of the following gas is evolved? Okay, options are oxygen gas, sulfur dioxide gas, hydrogen gas, and hydrogen sulfide gas, and the answer will be hydrogen gas. Okay, next 18th question. Which of the following gives reddish brown precipitate on mixing? While mixing FeCl3 plus NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide, NaCl plus H2O, AgNO3 plus NH4OH, or CuSO4 plus H2S. So the answer will be A, option A only, because when ferric chloride, that is FeCl3, is mixed with NH4OH, it gives reddish brown precipitate of ferric hydroxide. Okay, I'll write the reaction just for your understanding. When ferric chloride, FeCl3, okay, which is aqueous in solution, reacts with NH4OH, okay, which is aqueous in solution, it forms FeOH2S, which is a reddish brown precipitate, and 3HNO4Cl. Okay, so it is easy. So this FeOH thrice forms reddish brown precipitate. Okay, so answer A will be the correct answer. Now we'll move on to the 19th question. The following reaction is an example of this reaction is an example of displacement reaction. Okay, because in this reaction, aluminium being more reactive, here aluminium is more reactive, okay, and it displaces iron from its place and forms aluminium oxide. Okay, so therefore it is a displacement reaction, option B. Next question, 20th one. Which of the following is incorrect statement? Okay, so the options are magnesium is more reactive than hydrogen, ferrous, that is iron, is less reactive than zinc, copper is more reactive than aluminium, silver is less reactive than copper, and so answer will be option C, copper is more reactive than aluminium. The order of reactivity of these elements is, let me tell you, Mg, okay, is Al, and zinc, okay, Fe, hydrogen, copper, then silver. Okay, this is the order of reactivity. Okay, so according to the, of this reactivity series, copper is less reactive than aluminum, hence option C is correct. Okay, you have to learn this reactivity series. Okay, otherwise any other type of this question is asked and you can solve it. So now we'll move on to the next question. Question number 21. What happens when copper rod is dipped in iron sulfate solution? Copper displaces iron, or blue color of copper sulfate solution is obtained. Reaction is exothermic, or no reaction takes place. So the answer, iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, hence copper will not displace iron from its iron sulfates and no reaction will take place. So only fourth option will be the correct answer. Okay, and option 4 will be the correct answer. Now, next question 22. What happens when chlorine water is added to potassium iodide solution? Okay, so iodine is formed, which is aqueous. These are the options. KOH is formed, HCl is evolved, or then white colored are produced. Ions of white colored are produced. So we'll see what is the answer. Answer A is the option. A is the answer. When chlorine water is added to potassium iodide solution, then potassium chloride is formed along with iodine. Okay, so therefore iodine is formed in this solution. So I'll write the reaction. When chlorine Cl2 reacts with potassium iodide, okay, forms 2KCl. Okay, 2KCl plus iodine, right? So the answer will be iodine, and this type of reaction is called displacement reaction. Just keep this in mind. Okay, this is displacement reaction. Why? Because here chlorine has been displaced as this. Okay, here. The next question, question number 23. Match the chemical compound given in the column A with its color given in column B and select the correct answer using the options given below. Here already it is matched, but I'll tell you the clearly. Barium sulfate. Barium sulfate is white in color, so option for A, option 4th will be the answer. Ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate is light green in color. Okay, so it will be for B. Okay. C, copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is blue in color, so this will be C. And next, zinc sulfate is odorless in color, so this will be D. Okay, now next question. So question number 24th. Complete the following reaction. We have to complete this reaction. NaCl, which is aqueous, plus AgNO3 aqueous, it forms AgCl. It will form AgCl plus NaNO3. Okay, okay, so the answer will be option D. 25th question. The reaction in which two compounds exchange their ions to form two new compounds is which reaction? It is precipitation reaction, or double displacement reaction, decomposition reaction, or neutralization reaction. Answer will be double displacement reaction. Okay, why? Because the reaction is called double displacement because it involves the exchange of ions to form two new compounds. Okay, here these two new compounds are formed due to exchange of their ions, and it is called a double decomposition reaction. We'll see the question once again. See, here it is written two compounds exchange their ions. So compounds are exchanging their ions to form
new compound. So this is a double displacement reaction. Okay, we'll move on to 26th question. In the double displacement reaction between aqueous potassium iodide and aqueous lead nitrate, a yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed. While performing the activity, if lead nitrate is not available, which of the following can be used in place of lead nitrate? Okay, so lead acetate can be used in place of lead nitrate. Okay, option which is option B, lead acetate. Why? Because lead, like lead nitrate, it is also soluble salt in water. Okay, it is an NCERT exemplar, so you have to be careful while. Okay, it is an NCERT exemplar, so this is important for point of exam. I'll write the reaction for this question. This is answer will be B. I'll write the reaction. Lead acetate, that is Pb, CH3 COO2s. This is formula for lead acetate. Okay, plus 2Ki. Okay, it forms lead iodide. Okay, lead iodide plus 2CH3 O minus, this is K plus. Fine. Oh, lead sulfate is insoluble in water, so it cannot be used. Fine. So this is the answer. Now we'll move on to the 27th question. In a double displacement reaction, as the reaction between sodium sulfate between and barium chloride solution. So options are: exchange of atoms takes place, exchange of ions takes place, a precipitate is produced, or an insoluble salt is produced. So the answer will be D1, that is a precipitate will be produced and an insoluble salt is produced. So option D will be the correct answer. Okay, because in a double displacement reaction, two different ions in reactant molecules are displaced or exchanged by each other and precipitate of insoluble salt is produced. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question, that is 28th. The process of respiration is oxidation and exothermic, or reduction and endothermic, oxidation and endothermic, reduction and exothermic. I've already ticked these answers, so don't jump directly on the answers. First you have to calculate in your mind that to what type. You have to first check your knowledge, and if you don't know, then you do it honestly. Okay, the answer will be first option A, oxidation and exothermic reaction. Okay, option number A, oxidation and exothermic, because you should always know the reason also, because you will not fail if these type of other questions are asked. So reason is must here. So the respiration involves the following reaction, like C6H12O6 plus 6CO2. Let me write. I'll write this reaction. This is a reaction of respiration. It might be asked in bio also. O6 plus 6O2. Okay, it forms 6CO2 plus 6H2O and plus energy. Okay, it is the reaction of respiration. So it is oxidation and exothermic. Why exothermic? Because this reaction is a type of in which addition of oxygen takes place. That is why it is an oxidation reaction. Okay, you can see how addition of oxygen took place here. Like here O is 6, O is 2, and here 6O, 2O. Addition is happened. Okay, that is why oxidation takes place and energy is released in this reaction, therefore it is an exothermic reaction. Okay, so all the characteristics this has been fulfilled here. Fine, now we'll move on to the next question, 29th one. When magnesium ribbon is burnt, which of the following statement is observed? So when magnesium burns with white flame and changes into white powder, magnesium burns with white flame and changes into black powder, or it burns into with yellow flame and changes into yellow powder, or yellow flame and changes into white powder. So answer will be it burns with white flame and changes into white powder. Okay, so be careful, examiner can confuse you with these options, same type of options. Okay, so magnesium burns with a dazzling light flame, okay, and changes into a white powder, and this powder is magnesium oxide, that is MgO, which is formed due to the reaction of magnesium and oxygen present in the air. This type of reaction is also oxidation reaction. So this also question can be asked, so keep in mind. Okay,